Bonehead Guitars. Let's go build some junk. Okay, I know. It's been 2 or 3 years. I know. Okay, so a lot's happened. Mom broke her shoulder, and she's needed a lot of help. That's just in the recent year. I got married. I moved. A lot of things have happened. So I've had to move further away from the shop, so it's a little harder to get over here. And with the new wife and all this involved in moving and fitting into a new house and all this stuff, I haven't had time to get over here enough. Not an excuse, but it is a reason. Okay, but with the 3D printer, I've still been able to, scratch my creative itch. So I was still doing creative stuff. I just wasn't doing guitar stuff, and it's time that I get back to doing guitar stuff. There was a plan I had for, 3 or 4 years now. I drew up plans before the last Great Guitar Build-Off, and it got snow plowed for some other stuff, and we just never got back to it. But now I'm playing bass at church because they need a bass. And the only bass I have is a big, heavy thing that I built years ago, and it's a great guitar, but it's a big, heavy thing, and it takes up a lot of space, and it's hard to haul around. So I want to make a nice little short-scale bass, and that's what I had planned on doing a long time ago. So I have plans drawn up. I have hardware that we can harvest from the first electric, honest-to-God electric guitar I ever made for a friend of mine. He died a few years ago, and his wife thought it would be good for it to come back to me. He loved it. It's not a great guitar, but he loved it. So anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. I had put this body together way back when, and I just never got back to it. So last weekend I cut some white limba back. It's Bloodwood and white limba. So that's the plan for our short scale bass. And for the neck, I have this dark stuff. I don't even know what it is. It has some redness to it, but it's also really light. So I don't think it's Peruvian walnut. I don't know what it is. But it's dark and it's light, and that's great for what we're looking for. The body is Bloodwood and white limba, so the neck will be 2. But then I'll have runners of this dark stuff and maple veneer between the runners and the rails. So that's one plan. Okay, the other, last time before I stopped coming to the shop, I had made plans to use this gorgeous Burl top that Todd from the Sweet Tea Guitars had sent me. And the plan was, I had made this template. It's kind of a 2-piece thing, so the top will be a little bit smaller and the back will carve into it, is the plan. The only thing I don't like about this plan is not a whole lot of that Burl is going to be, and it's not going to have much of a head, so we can't put a whole lot more of that to use. Anyway, let me show you the Burl, because, oh my god. See what I mean? Alright, so the top is big, and I won't be using maybe half of it. And the rest of it's kind of going to go to waste. Unless I can find something else I'll keep the stuff forever and find something to do with it, but I'm assuming that needs to be strengthened with epoxy, probably after it's cut and glued on, is what I'm thinking. So I've never worked with Burl before. I don't know what I need to do. I also want to dye it, and I don't know how well it's going to take dye. So we're going to have to play with that and see. And I'm thinking, darkness, go red and then yellow, because I've always wanted a yellow Strandberg. recording because the camera died the first time. I have this Strandberg-esque bridge that we'll be trying to use for this. So it's going to be kind of a Strandberg-y type of build. I hope that turns out well. But so anyway, that's my plan. I think at the moment. So first steps, I was going to got this big fat ash piece that we're going to do the majority of the body out of. I have clamped my template to it because clearly it's not big enough. So I can draw around it, and then I can also mark what we're missing back here on the template, so we can pull this off and find a spot over here that we can take this part out of and then join these two and have our body blank to put that top onto. Now, the plan is this. So this will be the Burl part, and this will be... So I'm going to have to cut the Burl a little bigger than the actual template, get it in place, and then carve to that line. That was the intention, that's my plan, and I think we're going to be happy with that. Now the back, I can just cut, because it's going to... Well, no, I'll probably scoop out a little. Anyway, those are my two plans right now. So I think being out of practice will let us make many more boneheads. So I hope not, because these two need to work out well, and this top needs to not be wasted, and this base needs to just be a workhorse that gets the job done. So anyway, those are my plans. So welcome back. I know it's been a long time. Sorry, but we're gonna try to keep up with things and keep you in the loop as well. So stick around. But now we got our stuff cut and jointed. A little tear out there, but from the jointer, everything needs to be sharpened and tuned. Even my glue isn't working. I noticed my guide bearings on the bandsaw are not, they've seized up. They're not moving. So yeah, we need to do some tuning up on some tools. However, dry, stupidly hot day is a great time for paint or glue. So yeah, no, silver lining. Now, we can cut this top if we wanted. We also need to decide exactly where we want to place that. I hate how much of this is going to be wasted. I also have to keep in mind a lot of the stuff in the middle kind of disappears under hardware and junk. So, however, I really like this. I don't necessarily like this. So, I don't know. I think I like this better. I think I like that better. Really like this. And I do like this too. This fires off, I mean, at the right angle and everything. I think that's the winner. I think that's what we will be doing. That's not a good template, but it is, you know, transparent so I can see what's happening. And use the good template. See if this damn Sharpie's gonna work. Wahoo. It's kind of scary thinking about trying to joint that. But I think we probably need to do that before we do this. I'm terrified. That was actually cake. It didn't give me any trouble at all. Okay, so let's bring out the best platform to try to do this on. We're going to do it anyway, because I'm retarded. It's not stupidly important that we're on the center line, but we're on the center line, so. There we go. Now, when we go to cut this, we're gonna leave, like, I don't know, at least a 1/4 inch on it, because it's gonna have to carve down to 1/4 inch is probably good. That'd probably be fine. Alright, I'm gonna have to get the granite out and figure out how we're gonna do this. So I'm gonna dry run, piece together a glue plan, and then we'll see about moving forward from there. Okay, the biggest thing, getting this joint right, is having it, you know, mashed flush. For whatever reason, it's thicker here than it is here, and it's thicker here than it is here. So, what we're gonna do, I've just taped it just to keep it in place and make it easy to do the glue. We got wax paper between us and my granite, and then I'm just gonna take this cleanly jointed someday neck rail, and I'm just gonna clamp that down, and I think that will be good. I think that'll be fine. And the differences we have in whatever, hopefully will be flat on the bottom. I can't count on that, but you know, close. It'll at least be close, and you know, we'll take our frustrations out on the top with the orbital. So that's my goofy plan. Okay. We got a body blanket, we got a top glued up. Okay, now for the base neck. So now that we cut into that gorgeous dark mystery wood, immediately I could smell it. It was Paduke. And alright, well, we might see how much it oxidizes in the meantime. I'm not sure if I want bright ass orange Paduke in this blank or not. I'm not sure. I'm going to look and see if I've got something that would work, that would be more like this darkness. I'm kind of hoping this does darken up though. But at the same time, it might not be bad. I mean, it could work out pretty well in the Bloodwood and the white limba. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what my plan is yet. Thanks for swinging by. It means the world to me that people actually watch and find some value in my goofy shenanigans. If you're one of those people, then do me a favor and like the video and subscribe so you can catch the, future junk coming up. So we always got stuff to do. So meet me back here next time. Bye.